In China, there are two incredibly popular mythological tales that almost every Chinese person knows: the Investiture of the Gods and Jian into the West. In both stories, there is a key figure, Erlang Shen, Jian, known as the strongest war god in heaven. His stories have been adapted into TV shows and movies, time and again. Today, I've rounded up 10 different Erlang Shen videos to check out the various depictions. Let's see which one you like best. First up is the most classic adaptation from the Jian into the West TV series, where Erlang Shen is depicted closely following his description in the original text. In the Chinese novel, Erlang Shen has a handsome and noble look with eyes that sparkle. He sports a crown and dresses in light yellow. His shoes are adorned with gold and jade. He's equipped with a slingshot at his waist and wields a 三尖连刃刀. This version of Erlang Shen looks a bit naive and honest, which doesn't exactly match his original portrayal. However, the story about Erlang Shen in this series is particularly touching. It shares many tales about his life before becoming a deity, even adding plotlines about him falling in love with a mortal woman, getting married, and having children. As kids, we really loved watching this show. Due to the huge popularity of the video game Black Myth, Erlang Shen, as a key character, has gradually become known among international gamers. However, this version of Erlang Shen wears a Buddha head decoration on his chest, which has sparked a lot of discussion among Chinese netizens. Traditionally, Erlang Shen is a disciple of Taoism and doesn't have a close connection to Buddhism. Sometimes, he's even depicted as an enemy of Buddhist figures. Therefore, this design featuring Buddhist elements led to speculation, and some initially thought it might be a demon disguised as Erlang Shen. Nonetheless, this is indeed how Erlang Shen is designed in the game. In this version of Erlang Shen, both the actor's performance and the costume design are excellent, giving an overall impression that's very pleasing with no obvious flaws. Additionally, the storyline involving Erlang Shen is quite rich, with the writers adding many new plotlines to depict his character. This version of Erlang Shen is the most widely recognized and beloved in China. Whether it's the actor's appearance, acting skills, or the costume and props, this portrayal has been praised as the most perfect interpretation of the character. Even though it doesn't fully align with the original text, we, the audience, still feel that this is the true image of Erlang Shen. In fact, since this portrayal became iconic, almost no one dares to remake it, because there's little confidence in surpassing this version. Whoever plays Erlang Shen now faces a tough challenge. Every actor is inevitably compared to this portrayal. The actor behind this iconic version is Qiao Enjun, and I'll introduce more of his roles later, as almost every one of them has become a classic. This version of Erlang Shen doesn't quite look like the powerful deity he's supposed to be, but more like a mortal general. His armor seems pretty ordinary, and fails to highlight his charisma and grandeur. Additionally, there's another issue. Erlang Shen's third eye, the heavenly eye, is mostly obscured by his helmet. Since the heavenly eye is one of Erlang Shen's most unique features, it's a bit disappointing to have it hidden like that. However, a noteworthy positive is the excellently filmed battle scenes between Erlang Shen and Sun Wukong, which are quite successful. This actor portraying Erlang Shen is handsome and presents a very positive image, fitting well with Erlang Shen's status as the most handsome deity in heaven. His armor, in particular, is very realistic in both texture and color. Unfortunately, because Qiao Enjun's portrayal of Erlang Shen was so iconic. This one, despite being excellent, received a more lukewarm response in comparison. Compared to other versions of Erlang Shen, this one has a much more muscular build, and with his golden gleaming armor, he exudes a powerful and imposing presence. Another unique aspect is that in this movie, Erlang Shen is portrayed as a villain, committing many bad deeds, which is quite different from the usual heroic image associated with the character. This version of Erlang Shen looks quite different from the traditional depiction. If I didn't tell you, you might not even recognize him. His third eye is designed as a blue gemstone, and in its normal state, it looks more like 3 claw marks from a cat. He doesn't wear any armor, and his iconic weapon rarely appears. Most of the fights are done with hand-to-hand combat, which feels a bit unusual for the character. However, I really enjoyed the fight scenes in this version. They're intense, with the punch-for-punch feel, make it more like a kung fu movie. This version of Erlang Shen is quite unique, featuring a female Erlang Shen. This girl harbors the soul of Erlang Shen within her, and in a bid to harness his powers to battle her enemies, she destroys her own eyes to awaken Erlang Shen's heavenly eye and gain control of his divine powers. The actress is very agile and delivers an impressive performance. I think this female interpretation of Erlang Shen is quite compelling and well executed. According to statistics, there are about 20 different versions of Erlang Shen in China, and I've only shared 10 of them here. All the actors who have played Erlang Shen were carefully chosen, and honestly, they all did a great job. However, the one version that has truly left a lasting impression on the audience, the one that comes to mind first whenever Erlang Shen is mentioned, is the version played by Qiao Enjun. I'm curious, which version of Erlang Shen do you prefer? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.